Friends, today we will see one of the important lesson of class 6, that is separation of the mixtures. So is there any need for separating any mixture? Of course there is a need. Why? Because we can see in a mixture sometimes unwanted substances also will be there. So for removing that, compulsory we have to separate that mixture. So we are having so many separation methods. So what are that means? Hand picking method, thrashing, winnowing, sieving, sedimentation and decantation, filtration and evaporation. These are some separation methods. Okay. So hand picking, thrashing, winnowing, sieving, sedimentation, decantation, filtration and evaporation. First separation method is hand picking. So this method is applicable whenever the impurities are visible. That means we have to see them. Okay. For example, if you consider, just see at my hand, you can see some pulses are there and even some stones are also there. Here the stones are unwanted substances. The stones are unwanted substances. So easily we will pick the stones with our hand and we will separate them. We will separate the stones from these pulses mixture. So this method of separating the visible impurities from a mixture with our hand is called hand picking method. Simply we will pick that impurities with our hand. So this method is called hand picking method. So what is an hand picking method? This is a separation method in which we can remove the visible unwanted impurities from the given mixture. Next. So coming to thrashing method. So thrashing is nothing but, we can see this thrashing in agricultural fields. So the farmers will collect a group of harvested grains, that means the stacks of harvested grains, and they thrash against a slab of rock. Then from that stacks we can see the separation of the grains. For example, if you see this in the picture, so here the person is having a stacks of harvested crop. Stacks is nothing but a group of harvested crop and he hit against a rock. There you can see some food grains are falling down. Some food grains are separating from that stacks. So thrashing is nothing but it is a separation method in which a stacks of harvested crop is hit against a slab of rock. Then the separation of the grains can take place from that rock. So this is the thrashing method. So you can see down some food grains are there. Next, coming to the winnowing method, this is also a separation technique, and here with the help of wind we are separating the mixture. That means the mixture is allowed to fall from certain height. So whenever the wind blows, so the lightweight particles will blow away and heavy particles will settle down. So for example, if you take, you can see this picture. So here the person is standing at some height and he is allowing the mixture to fall down, and you can see the heavy particles will settle down and lightweight particles will blow away. So whenever the mixture is allowed to fall from certain height, lightweight particles will blow away and heavy particles will settle down. So this is winnowing method. So lightweight particles will blow away and heavy particles will settle down. So heavy particles is nothing but grains or stones, they will fall down and lightweight particles will blow away. So this is winnowing method. So next, coming to the sieving method. So sieving method is another separation method. We can see it depends upon the different sizes. So even we are seeing in our homes also sieve. So generally in the kitchens we can see our mothers are preparing, for example, any wheat dough for making chapati or puri, we can see. So we will make that wheat flour by using any sieve. Okay, so the fine particles will settle down. That means the fine particles will comes down and the heavy particles will be on the sieve. For example, if you consider this example, so here you can see grains are there. Okay, so they are having different sizes, and this is the sieve. The small size is very small size particles are coming down and big size particles will settle on the sieve. So sieving is a separation method in which it depends upon the different sizes. Small size particles will comes down through the small gaps of the sieve, and the heavy size particles will be settles on the sieve. So here in the sieving method, the concept depends upon the different sizes. Next, coming to the another method, that is sedimentation. So sedimentation method is applicable whenever the mixture is solid and liquid combination. Solid and liquid combination. That means here the solid is insoluble. The main condition here is the solid must and should be insoluble in the given liquid. So this method is applicable whenever the solid is insoluble in the liquid. So sedimentation is a process of settling down of the heavier and insoluble impurities. So for example, so we can see here in this glass water is there, and now I am adding some sand. You all know that the sand is insoluble in the water, and here you can see it is going to settles down. Here you can see this clearly. The sand is insoluble solid. That means it is not at all soluble in the given water. So this sedimentation is nothing but, so this sediment, we will call this one as the sediment, which will settles down. This is called sediment. So whenever the insoluble solid is added to a given liquid, it will settles down. This process of settling down of heavier and insoluble components is called sedimentation. Sedimentation, here the solid which is insoluble is settles down and the water is formed. So here the solid which is settling down is called sediment. So this process of settling down of the sediment in the given solution is nothing but sedimentation. So after this sedimentation, decantation method. So decantation is nothing but the transferring of clean liquid, the transferring of the clean and clear liquid after the sedimentation process. That means this is sedimentation now. Here we got the liquid and here this is the sediment. Now what we will do means we will transfer this liquid without disturbing this sediment into another container. So for example, so this is another container and here the sediment is formed and clear liquid is there. Now slowly I am transferring this liquid into another container. And I am not at all disturbing the sediment. That means the sand is not at all coming. You can see this. Okay, sediment is here and the liquid is here. So without disturbing the sediment, the process of transferring the clear liquid, whatever we obtained in the sedimentation process is called decantation method. So what is decantation? The process of transferring clear liquid without disturbing the sediment. Next, filtration. After decantation also we can't get the clear liquid. Even you can see here the liquid is not clear. Right? So for this we will do the filtration method. Filtration method is nothing but the process of separation of insoluble solid in a liquid by using any porous material. So porous material is nothing but we can use any filter paper or any cloth which is having small pores. So here I am using a cloth as a filter, okay, for filtering medium. So this is the liquid what we got after the decantation method. Now I am transferring this liquid what we got from the decantation method. I am doing the filtration method now. Filtration method is done. You can see the clear liquid will obtain from the filtration method. So the liquid what we got after the filtration method is called filtrate. So you can see this is a clear liquid. So this is called filtrate, and by doing the filtration method we can see the residue will be there. Okay, you can see these dust particles. I hope it is visible to you. This is called residue. the insoluble precipitate what we got after the filtration method is called residue, and the clear liquid what we will get after the filtration method is called filtrate. So next, coming to the final method, that is evaporation method. So evaporation is a separation method whenever the solid is soluble. The solid is soluble in the liquid, then we can use evaporation method. For example, if you take salt, for example, let it be this is a beaker, I fill it with the water. Now if I added salt, then easily the salt can dissolve in the water. Then we can get salt solution. That means clear solution we will get. Now we want to separate the salt and the water. How we will do means, simply just start heating. Just start heating. So once the water starts boiling, the entire water will get evaporated. The entire water will get evaporated and leaving the salt. Like this, the salt will be formed. Okay. So the water completely gets evaporated and the salt will be precipitate at the bottom of the container. So like that we can separate the solid which is soluble in the given liquid. So these are the some important separation.